Be strong and get healthy. Stretch. Feel great about yourself and have some fun. It's time for you. Fitness is the key to your future. Don't get locked out. Take the challenge. Commit to be fit. It's football season on Commit to be Fit. I'm Susie Smith, and we're in the absolute best place in the world to be during football season. Pittsburgh is the hotbed of high school, college, and professional football. Do you ever marvel at the agility of those big football players? How they can move side to side, or they go to fall, but they pick themselves right back up and they spin, and it amazes me at how agile they are. So I like to train that way. I like to train in different directions, and that's the reason that the football players are so agile. They train in multi-plane. And there are 3 planes that the human body moves in. The first plane is called the sagittal plane, and that's just if you're walking forward, or you're leaning forward, or jogging forward, skipping, whatever you're doing, running in that plane. And that's mostly where we spend our lives, moving forward or backwards, usually forward more so than backwards. And the second plane would be the frontal plane, which is when you're doing jumping jacks or you're moving side to side. And we don't do that very often in regular life. And the third plane is when your upper body goes in a different direction that your lower body does, such as twisting. And you really need to keep up with your torso rotation. Twisting is a very important part of daily living. So we want to work on all those planes today, just like the football players do. And we're going to do some side moves, some front moves, and some different moves that you aren't really used to doing in your daily life. So let's get started with a nice warm-up. I'm going to start with high knees. I like to just start kind of easy and stand nice and tall. You want to have your stomach pulled in and lift those knees. And you don't have to have a football field like I have today. You can do these moves at home and just keep moving. Get out in the yard, and we're going to do some moves today that you might not be used to doing. So we'll start out slowly, and then I'll show you how to up those moves. So high knees for a few minutes, and then just hold the stomach in and breathe. And you want to stand nice and tall. Keep your shoulders back. And right now I'm marching in place, so I'm in the sagittal plane. This is one plane that we do most of our work in during the day. So just breathe, get the arms moving a little bit more. I want you to feel this, lift those knees higher. And if this bothers you, I want these workouts to be for everyone, so you can always take it down to just a light march. But we're going to work out with football players today. We're going to do their workout. Probably not quite as intense as they do, I'm sure, but you'll kind of get an idea of why they are so agile. Next thing I'm going to do, and I'm staying in the same plane, I'm going to run forward. And then I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to run backwards. Now, I'm used to running backwards. I like to run the track backwards. I can run a mile, actually backwards, better than I can frontwards. But I want you to be careful. When you run frontwards, make sure you look behind you before you start running backwards. And let's try this again. Pushing off of your toes as you run backwards. Now, if that doesn't get you warmed up, I don't know what will. And I want you to start with just walking forward. And then look behind and walk backwards. And the reason you want to practice moves like this, if you think about the football players, how they, oh, that really got me warmed up, but how they have to move in certain ways and jump away from other players and duck. You may need that movement sometime. The running backwards. If something's starting to fall, you can always just run backwards. And your body will remember that. All right, well, we're doing football drills today because we need to move in all of the different directions, but I want to let you know that if you have balance issues, you really don't want to start by running forward and running backwards. Start with the walk first and then build up to the running. So just be careful, and it's okay not to ever get to the running phase. I just really want you to move in different directions. That's the main thing. So another move that we're going to do, it's called a walk lunge, and I'm going to add a twist to it. And when I add a twist as I'm walking and lunging, it's going to take me in that transverse plane. So we'll actually be working in multi-planes as we're moving. So there's a couple different ways that you can do the walk lunge. I like to step out. Now when I step out, I want to have my knee directly over my ankle. I don't want it to be out here. It puts a lot of pressure in the kneecap. So start here, and a lot of people like to step in the center before they take the opposite leg out because it works on it helps your balance a little better. And stop in the center. And you can walk this way and stop in the center. Inhale as you step. Exhale as you come up to good posture, and you're squeezing your backside and keeping your shoulder blades together. So step with the knee over the ankle, come back to center. Step knee over ankle and back. And make sure you get set up in between each one. And as you get better with these, you can hold weights if you want to. What I like to do sometimes is add the twist. That's what takes us into a multi-plane. So as you step, you'll twist over the leg that's in front on the exhale. Inhale as you come back up. Twist and come back up. Step, twist, back to center. Between the lunges, you can just go here, do a high knee lift, and step out. Keep your balance. It works on balance and coordination. So those are some ways that you can do the lunges. Another move that I really like is called a karaoke, or sometimes I hear it called a grapevine. But it really works on coordination. You step out, and then you step your one foot in front of the other. As you step, you're twisting. Then you come back to center. Take that leg behind you. Come back to center. Now, we don't usually move this way in real life, just when we're doing drills. But it prepares you. The nice thing is, it prepares you for if you go to fall or step off of a curb. Your body has muscle memory. You've built circuitry in your brain that allows you to remember that you have stepped this way before. So that's what all of this training is about. Building coordination and twist. And you can vary the speeds. So as you get better at that, you can vary the speeds, and that's another way to kick it up a notch. But when you first start, though, make sure you just step out, step over. Right there is going to be a balance challenge. And I know that because I've had inner ear problems before, was actually misdiagnosed with a brain tumor, and I lost all of my balance. So it's taken me a while to get things back, and it was just an ear problem. But I can guarantee you, if you train like this, your balance and coordination is going to be a lot better.
So you've got a song about where to call for government information?
Check this out. We got the benefits and services that'll make you smile to get the answers you need. Put us on speed dial.
That is gold, Your Honor.
1-800-FIT-INFO. Oh!
Well, we've moved in all directions so far today without any equipment, and that's really good. That's the perfect place to start. But we've moved forward and back in the sagittal plane, we've moved sideways in the frontal plane, and we've twisted our bodies in the transverse plane. So those are the ways that you really need to train your body every day, something every day. Now, I brought hurdles with me today as a physical challenge. And you can just use strips of tape on your yard to do this. Just give yourself some space. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to step over these, and that's where I would want you to get started. It's just stepping over the hurdles. And you can build speed with just stepping. If you have arthritis or you've got some problems, I still want you to practice these moves. And it's really actually going to help a lot if you have arthritis, because we start to stiffen up as we age. And I think it's because we don't challenge ourselves enough. And I want you to be as active as you can be and be as flexible as you can be. So I'm going to just go forward again, but I'm going to add a little speed. This will help you as you walk up and down stairs. It'll help you keep your balance. Now I'm going to jog through. Another thing I like to do to work both sides of the brain, if I start jogging with my right foot, when I get over there, I'm going to start with my left. So that's a way you can really build your coordination and your strength in your legs. Another way is to step sideways over. So you'll start with stepping, and just be nice and easy with the steps at first. As you get better, and make sure you watch where you're going. An advanced move would be to hop over. And you can build speed. So these are ways that you can do simple things right in your backyard. You don't have to have a football field, just some space. All right, we've gone through the hurdles, and that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the hurdles, but they sure make you sweat. I brought some rings along today. These are to simulate running through tires like you would do for football practice. But it kind of reminds me of Romper Room. I don't know if you guys out there remember Romper Room. But anyway, we're going to just put these rings down, and it's going to work the inner and outer thighs, and it's also going to help you if you start to fall and you need to catch yourself on one leg. Your leg is going to remember, because your muscles build circuitry to your brain, and you will remember that you've been on one foot before. But if you don't train that way, when you go to fall or step off of a curb, you're more likely to twist your ankle if you don't do this type of training. So here we put tape down on your yard. Here we can just put dots, like little dot stickers or a little piece of spray paint or something, and we're just going to run through the hoops. And it's a nice way, and change it up a little bit, and try not to step on the plastic. So you can go any direction. And that's going to keep you agile and keep your ankles strong. Now, your ankles really need to have some work. So these two exercises here will really strengthen the ankles. And your feet and your ankles are the base of your body, so you want to keep those strong. Next, we're going to run through cones. And it's basically the same thing, except we'll be running forward and backwards. I'm going to run forward, run backwards, and just try to mix it up. You want to mix it up. I'm going to do a run through of all of our physical challenges here. So let's get ready. Okay, after you've mastered each move, then you want to put them together and really give yourself maybe a 10-minute workout with this. You'll really start sweating. As you can probably see, I'm soaked. But we're going to run the hurdles, go through the circles, we're going to do the cones, and we're going to come back through. So are you ready? Let's do it. I like to challenge myself with trying different things and using different props. So try to be inventive and try something different. Okay, now when you go to do tire flips, I need you to get really close to the tire. Get your feet close in, and you want to get your behind really far down. You don't want to be up here. So I notice when I get tired, my butt starts to come up. Then I know I'm finished with my exercise. Just kidding. So get nice and close. Get under here. Pick it up to this point right here. You need to turn your hands over so you can use your chest and flip it. Get close, squat down, lift up, flip. Squat, keep your butt down, lift up, turn your wrist, push with the chest. Squat, bring it up. Down low, turn the wrist. Let's take it back. Come up, turn the wrist, push. Exhale. Inhale first. You want to pull your stomach in and lift your pelvic floor so that you have a nice natural brace. It's like having a weight belt around your waist. That's it. Whew. Okay, that's a lot of fun. I really love the tractor flips. Anyway, another thing I want to bring up is about football players. When they go to fall, I noticed this on a game last week. He went to fall and he caught himself with one arm. Knees never touched down. Nobody touched him, so he got up, ran to the end zone. Now, if you go to fall and you're used to holding yourself up with one arm, you're going to be there. You're not going to fall all the way. So it's good to train this way. First, we're going to start with a regular plank. You want to put one arm down. Bring your top leg, bring the foot of your top leg in front. Lift your hip to the ceiling. Square your body straight ahead and lift one arm and look up at that arm and stay nice and strong. And as you get better with balance, you can put one foot on top of the other and bring it up. Try that on both sides, but that's really going to help if you go too far. Okay, this was a lot of work today. This tire might be a little too big for you to start with. So I brought a beginner tire with me today. This belongs to one of my hound dogs, so you can start anywhere. And you really just want to keep up with moving in different directions. That's what this whole program is about, is just staying fit throughout your life. And there's just a lot of different ways to do it. You don't really need much equipment. You can do just about anything in your backyard or at home. My fundraiser coming up. It's called the Furry Fall Festival, and it's through 84 Fitness Center. In the spring of 2010, we set up a Veterans Fund at our local Washington Area Humane Society, and our local veterans no longer have to pay adoption fees. And we have a party, a dog party, once a year. It's coming up on October 6th. And it's behind the 84 Lumber Buildings at the Pavilion area in 84 PA, right on 519. Right around the corner from the Humane Society. So if there's any way that you can come to the dog party and support our veterans and help us get homeless animals homes, that would be wonderful. And you can always check my dog blog at dogparty84.blogspot.com for any information. Also on my shows, my website will be listed at the end of the show today, committotobefitforever.blogspot.com. And you can check out any of our previous workouts and maybe find a stretch workout on there you can do after this type of training. And just kind of follow along with me, and I'll try to keep you entertained and try to show you some different things that maybe you haven't done in a while. And so you can email me anytime too. If you have any questions, that'll be listed at the end of the show, dogparty84@aol.com. One thing I want to end up with today, and a lot of us have problems, is one-legged balance. And I want you to just stand nice and tall. Open the shoulders, put the toes of your left foot down. Keep your right foot all the way down. Take the shoulders back, open up the palms to open your chest, and then let your arms hang loosely. You're going to stare at a spot away from you, somewhere down the road or over on the opposite wall. And that's called your focal point. It's also called your drishti in yoga. So you need to empty your mind and look at that spot as you lift and keep your balance, and also try to keep good posture in one leg balance. Now what you're noticing, if you saw my ankle shaking, what's happening here when you try to balance on one leg, you have what's called proprioceptors in your body. Muscle, spindles, Golgi tendons, things inside that send signals to your brain that you're on one foot, and then your brain has to adjust. So it's really good at working both sides of your brain. And stand tall. Well, this is about it today for our game day training, and I hope you stick with this, because if you stick with balance training, agility, and coordination, you're going to be the winner. So take the challenge and commit to be fit.